Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Real Talk Live with Arnette Love. I am so happy to be able to come before you today. Last week was a terrible mess. I mean, I was so busy last week, and also I'm trying to put together this prayer breakfast because I know where my help comes from, and I know where your help comes from as well. And sometimes we need intercessory prayer for those of us who don't pray or don't believe in prayer. It's okay. We're gonna pray for you anyways. We're gonna get together on the 4th of November, and we're gonna pray for our country, our nation, our city, our community, our youth, our law enforcement. I mean, we're just going to pray for everybody involved, as citizens. We want to make sure we cover all angles because we need it, We need prayer. So that's what I've been working on. You still have time to attend the affair. Prayers are free, but the breakfast is $10. It starts at 9:30. And if you want to get a ticket or whatnot, or you prefer to donate, we accept that as well. Today I wanted to talk about fresh starts. Sometimes we have to start over. Sometimes we have to give ourselves a reboot. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. As some of you may know, yesterday was my last day on the radio station. Last day on air. I had to make the tough decision to go ahead and discontinue my radio show. However, I didn't discontinue it. I'm just moving it to Saturdays. And I'm moving it to Saturdays on social media instead of on the air or broadcast radio. We're going to come on at the same time, 11 o'clock on Saturdays. We'll probably be a little bit longer because we don't have a block of time, and we're going to discuss some of the same stuff that we discussed, and that's everyday life according to the biblical verses and guidelines. So stay tuned for that on Facebook Live Saturdays at 11 o'clock. We will be moving the love spot to that time on Facebook Live. Now, I say that because that's a part of my restart. That's a part of my reboot. That's a part of me trying to move into a different direction. And like I said, sometimes we have to do that. There are times when we are not functioning as much as we could be. Our success rate is not as high as it should be or high as we feel it should be. And sometimes we have to revamp what we're doing, and to include a revamp in our lifestyle as well. Sometimes we have to do that because we learn that relationships aren't where they should be, or people in our lives aren't who should be there. They're not who should be there, And so we have to revamp our lifestyles. We have to revamp who we allow in our space. We have to revamp who we call friends. And also sometimes we have to revamp the family members that we allow around ourselves and our children. And so I'm at my revamping state. I'm getting a fresh start. I'm changing the way that I start my Saturdays off air on social media. I'm also changing because, if y'all know, my son is in college, so I have to be able to provide for him a little bit more now that we're not eating out of the same refrigerator, and he's not eating what I'm eating. He's doing something totally different. So I have to make sure that when my baby calls me and needs something, I got it. So I have to revamp some things to make sure that all of this stuff works together to ensure that he's successful. I'm getting ready to start revamping my business, my consulting business, where some of you remember I do the seminars, and so I'm going to start those back up. I don't know if they're going to be excuse me, I don't know if they're going to be locally yet, or I don't know if I'm going to take them out of state and start there. It just depends on the opportunities that I get, and also the support that I get, because I told y'all plenty times that sometimes you don't get the support at home, and it's no problem because the Bible tells you the same thing. You know, Jesus didn't get the support from his own people. And so it's you know, but you can't stop there. You cannot let it go. You cannot say, I'm not going to make it. It's not going to work because this, that, and the other, because these people won't back me and these people won't support me and these people won't do this. But see, because first of all, as you hear the saying, one monkey don't stop no show, there are some more people that will back you. There are some people that will also, God will use to elevate you into a position where you could never imagine. And so the objective here is to not stop. The objective here is to keep going, not give up. That is the only thing that you should be worried about. That is the only thing that you should be worried about, your endurance level, how you're going to continue to push and fight for what you believe in and where you feel like you should be. And once you do that, everything else is going to fall in place. As long as you're living right, you know, as long as you're doing and being kind to other people and being true to who you are, true to yourself, you know, not, like my grandma would say, working meant, argument, you know, all that stuff. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. But sometimes we do need a fresh start. Now, where I started my fresh start is I went, took a short, small, inexpensive vacation. And how did I do that? I actually went with someone, and we had 2 nights, and we paid less than $100 per night to stay where we stayed. And then our food was basically donated to us, y'all. And so all we had to do was cook, which I cook because I'm real funny about how I like my stuff. I don't like my eggs brown, so I don't cook my eggs with butter. I use a little tiny bit of oil because I don't like brown eggs. Trying to help y'all out. Now, if you put milk in your eggs, you know, that makes them fluffy. And if you do use butter to keep it from being brown, you're going to have to scramble them real quick, move them around really quickly, lift them up off the fire probably. You know, there's a chance they're going to be brown, and I just don't like my eggs brown, so I use oil. And so, like I said, there's certain ways I like my food cooked. I don't like burnt meat. And so some people like burnt. I don't. I won't be able to eat if the food has char on it. I can't eat that. Oh. So that's how we started. I started off taking a little breather, relaxing, sleeping. I think I slept. Seemed like I slept for a whole day. You know, when you add up the hours that I slept, seemed like it was a day's worth of sleeping. Woke up this morning to come back home, and I had a migraine headache, and I think that's why my face is like it is, because I'm kind of swollen up. But guess what, y'all? I'm not going to stop. I still got another event at 4:30 that I'm going to make. You know, nothing special. I have to get all dressed up. But let's just say another appointment at 4:30 that I'm going to make. I'm not going to let, anything stop me. I took something for the headache, but I'm not going to let anything stop me. What I'm trying to say is we have to be persistent. We have to pursue everything it is that we want, and we have to do it diligently. We have to make sure that we don't just say, okay, I can't reach it, so I'm going to stop trying. No, 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 no. We're gonna continue to try to reach everything that we set our minds to. We're gonna continue to go after it. And so now that I got my relief, my relaxation, I'm gonna plan my seminars and call around, figure out where I can go to present, or who needs a presenter and whatnot, or I'll make my own event up and do it that way. Where there's a will, there's a way, and sometimes you have to tap into the people that will support you. If you know that pretty much this age limit don't support you, don't cater to them. Cater to the ones that will support you. Whatever it is that you're doing, whether you do hair, you might not be able to do all of the new style hair styles, so you go and you cater to the older individuals and maximize their hairstyle, because some of us still wear those ocean waves and finger waves and stuff like that. And if you're good at that stuff, that's where you should be focusing on. Your craft, what you're good at, perfect it, enhance it, so that it will make room for you. Okay, I just wanted to encourage a word on today, because there are a lot of times, I don't know if a lot of you know, that I am a disabled veteran, and then I do have some other little issues and stuff like that, but I can't let that stop me, and I want to encourage you to not let anything stop you, no matter what you're going through. If you're still breathing, you still have breath in your body, warm blood in your veins, you can do anything you want to do. It may be an alternative method of doing it, but you can do it. If you can talk, you can teach. Okay? And if you can communicate, you can teach. Because I don't want to just say talking, but communicate in sign language, stuff like that. You can teach. And so that is a plus for you. Don't get discouraged by the obstacles that happen in your life. Don't get discouraged. Find out how to overcome them. And we overcome starting with prayer and then work. Faith and work. That's how we overcome our obstacles. And so I just wanted to reach out to you today to let you know I haven't forgotten you, not by a long shot. Last week was just so rough, and before that, y'all remember I was sick for about 4-5 days, so, but I'm still pushing, still cooking, and so I'm still revamping. I'm starting fresh, and there's some things that I have to decide whether or not I'm gonna do, like whether I'm going to run for election again. I got people still asking me to run for election, and even though I lost twice, it doesn't matter. What difference it make? Tell me, really, what do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? I know to spend less money this time, what I'm saying? So, but there are a lot of people ask me to run, and some people said they wrote my name in on this election, but it's all good. So that's another decision I have to make. Then sometimes, you guys, we have to reduce what we already have on our plate. We have to toss some of this stuff in the trash can. Meaning, when we're in these little different organizations and we have taken on these roles, and then you got different roles in each organization. So I've said if I'm in 5 organizations, I got roles in 5 organizations. That means I got 5 extra roles in my life that I have to take care of, and everybody's depending on me. I'm not, 9 times out of 10, I'm not getting paid for it to do anything. You gotta start letting that stuff go. It's time to shave some of that off. Shave the ice. It's time to get some of that off of you, because we have to maintain our own business. We have to maintain our own thing. What we gonna do? What are we trying to accomplish here? And can I accomplish that working for everybody without being paid, and you can't, because you're going to take and put so much time into doing something for other people and not getting compensated, to where you're going to be exhausted trying to do something for yourself. So as far as revamping and getting a fresh start, you might have to shave some of those extracurricular things off. Most organizations, you can be members and you don't have to be an officer. You don't have to do too much leg work. You just come in and y'all vote on things and keep it going. And so that's something that we have to look at. Are we doing too much outside of what we should be doing for ourselves? And so time for a fresh start, and that's what I mean. It's time for us to start shaving off the ice. It's time for us to start adding what it is that's going to help us. What do we see as far as our future plans? What do we want to be? What is it that is going to give us joy and satisfaction? And so a lot of us don't want to admit it, but we need a plan, and I'm one. I don't like doing plans. I haven't done a business plan. The only business plans that I did do was for a business that I never started. And so my business that I have now, I didn't do a business plan for. I just said, this is what I want to do, and I started doing them, and I did not do a business plan. But it never hurts to do a business plan so that you can put out what it is and what steps you need to take to make your business work. I believe that if you go ahead and make it plain, it'll not only be plain to others, but it will be plain to you. You will know exactly what steps you need to take. Listen, this is going to be a short show today, and I promise you I will probably come back on either tonight or tomorrow, okay? Like I said, I have another appointment, and in between there, I have something else that I have to take care of. So I'm going to come back to you and for a longer version of Real Talk Loud on that D Love. So I will talk to you real soon. Remember, God loves you. I love you. Make sure you love yourself and go on and love someone else. Till we shall meet again, may you be tremendously blessed.